Okay, everyone. Good morning. I'm gonna hide. So this is Josh's main moment here. Stand by. Go, Josh.
Hey, this is what I live for every week. These Sunday mornings here, social distance, live, undercovered shows. Hold on, I'm going to pull up the show up so that I can see everyone's comments. Looks like we have 12 people there, and it looks like my hair is the right amount of
Insane.
kind of looking like I'm having a sick day, but I'm also very excited. All right. Hey, Margaret. Good. Okay, I was hoping that she'd be here. Okay. Okay, we're gonna let some more people get on in here.
Sounds good.
Yeah, so we'll start soon. We're just gonna sit here just for a minute, and I've got a cup of coffee. We'll just hang out together for just a little bit. We're the show is about this one is undercovered is about the Pogues. Talk more about that later. Um, yeah, 19 people. This is great. This is great.
Yep.
On a lovely Sunday like this. Let's see what's going on. I don't like you seeing. All right. Cool.
I'm
Okay, I'm
gonna.
gonna say hi everyone, even
I'm.
though I can already say,
I'm gonna come
huh?
back. I'm coming back over here. Hi, everyone. So, uh, we're sorry that we missed last week. We felt like it was a good thing to do. A lot of people did that, right?
Yeah,
Just
definitely.
took a step back, took a break. Um, Josh, I watched your intro to Rivertown last night.
Hmm.
I think you guys did a great job of kind of addressing the the questions that we're facing now as people who are maybe in our own communities but want to make changes and have positive effects, and how to both continue on with your lives and also and change the trajectory of your focus. So it felt good to be away. I think it was the right thing to do. Right. Um,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
It felt
And we've
really
had
really clear.
talks, huh?
Yeah.
And we've talked a lot too, which is was really good. It's a cool thing. It's a cool kind of project that's going the undercovered thing. Um, uh, yeah, but there's a lot to think about as we continue forward, just what we're going to do with the project or whatever. But it does feel really good to be back on this Sunday and to do this. We these folks have really put together some really nice videos.
Yeah, that's the main thing I kept coming back to. Is I really wanted to share the videos that people had done. Like, didn't want to throw away everything and have it languish while all this nice work had been done. So, um,
Yeah,
and it remains for me anyway the positive thing that it's always been, which is it's really great to have an opportunity to share other people's work from the community,
yeah,
right? So
definitely.
it remains a
Yeah,
positive.
definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's always been kind of a thing. It's weird. We're in this kind of situation where everyone is so split apart that it's like the best we can do just to kind of come together on a project like this. Like that's why I think it kind of started out. It's almost like um, it feels like it's a part of this community that's already kind of been going, and then we're having fun kind of with this music that we love, and can geek out on or whatever. But then once you do it for a little while, then it's like, oh wow, now it's its own thing. What is it going to do out there in the world, and that sort of thing. So I think we're still kind of in that phase where we're kind of developing it and seeing what it turns into. We have so many just beautiful artists out there. You just reach out and new people every day, even who you think would be really fun to work with on this undercovered thing. So
Yeah.
anyway, good to see you, James.
Yeah. Yeah. Although, spoiler, we may have seen each other recently.
Oh, hey, hey now, hey you. All
Hey.
right, yeah, you'll see later on. My eyes were closed the entire time, and I just stumbled in with a guitar and just
Yeah.
apparently there's a video. So
Yeah.
all right,
How you feeling, Josh?
cool.
Ready to start?
I'm ready to start.
Great. I'll let you take over then. Hold on.
Okay, see ya. Can you pop back in later too if
Oh
you
yeah.
wanted to?
Yeah, definitely.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right, cool. All right, folks. Thank you for being here. It's so good to see a bunch of you already here. This is a nice little Sunday thing to do. Hopefully, get you going, get you out there into the world for the beautiful relaxing that you'll do on Sunday. Um, all right. So this morning we are going to approach the work of the Pogues. All right. I've got my notes over here, and I'm kind of on half of a tank of energy, so so this should be really fun. So let's see. So the Pogues. Let's see. We'll get a little bit more into the history of the specifics, but you've got basically, let's just say, 1984. First album goes on. The central figure, I guess you could say, is a charismatic leader. I don't know. Shane MacGowan, the singer, was with the band until '91. So those are kind of like more the Pogues years with Shane MacGowan, and then there's a few albums after that as well. But basically, they have these punky roots, punk roots, and really inspired by the Clash, and then they brought in this traditional Irish instrumentation and traditional songs and topics and that sort of thing, and created just this beautiful monster right in the middle of the 80s. It just looked amazing. So I was born in '82, so I didn't quite, but looking back on it, I was like, oh yeah, I was growing up and this stuff was happening.
So you weren't kind of jamming out when you were 2 years old to the first couple albums?
Yeah, no, I wasn't able to. I was more into classical.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that's
Yeah, I had to work my way kind of
yeah, get your
work my way to
foundation.
penny
Get
whistle.
your foundation in,
Huh?
yeah. Get your foundation in, become a
Yeah.
piano prodigy, all that.
Uh-huh.
And then
I was
yeah.
playing a lot of harpsichord.
Nice.
Playing a lot of
Nice.
harpsichord. Yeah. So all right, so let's say, okay, let's just start with Nipples. Let's start with the Nipple Erectors. The Nipple Erectors was a band that Shane MacGowan was in before the Pogues, and they came out with I think one album, and you should look it up because "The King of the Bop" is a really good song. They're the Nipple Erectors, or the Nips. He went to Clash shows. They all loved the Clash, and got really inspired. The Nipple Erectors fell apart, and then I was doing this to make you laugh, James, but this is for real. This is for real. And then so then it was like, all right, we'll put all of our eggs in this Pogue basket. The Pogues got a big, nice reputation, apparently. Feel free to chime in if anyone out there is like an expert on Pogues and wants to correct me on anything. But here I go. They ended up getting a slot as the support band for the Clash, and that's really what just got the whole thing going. And so they went on tour and then released the album, I think. And the first album is Red Roses for Me, and it's 1984. And let's just go into the first tune, shall we?
Sure.
All right. So we have. So this is you have J.B. Duff and you have Tony Gibson, members of Gentlemen Soldiers. And this whole show kind of happened from me and Tony talking at some point backstage at a show or whatever about doing something like this. And we still should probably do a live one of this, Tony. But anyway, here we go. So this is off of Red Roses, 1984. This song is about Brendan Behan, the Irish poet, short story writer, playwright. I have some quotes from him. I'll probably do it afterwards. So it's a beautiful song referencing a Irish writer. It's called Streams of Whiskey. Take it away.
As I slept, I dreamt I met with Behan, and I shook him by the hand as we passed the time of day. One question on his views on the crux of life's philosophies, he had but these few clear and simple words to say: I am going, any which way the wind may be blowing. I am going, where streams of whiskey are flowing. Bled and sworn, jumped bail and landed up in jail. Life has always tried to stretch me, but the rope's always been slack. And now that I've that pile, I'll go down to the Chelsea, but I'll walk there on my feet and I'll leave there on my back, because I'm going, any which way the wind may be blowing. I am going, where streams of whiskey are flowing. Wisest of philosophies, there was never a thing gained by a wet thing called a tear. Now the world, it is too dark, and I need that light inside of me. I walk down to the bar and drink 15 pints of beer, because I'm going, any which way the wind may be blowing. I am going, where streams of whiskey are flowing. I am going, any which way the wind may be blowing. I am going, where streams of whiskey are flowing. Where the streams of whiskey are flowing. Where the streams of whiskey are flowing.
Yeah.
All right, thank you so much. That won't be the last you see of those gentlemen soldiers on this program today. Social Distance Live, undercovered, given some love and attention to the work of the Pogues. That tune, as I kind of said before, references Brendan Behan, Irish poet, novelist, etc., etc. He said, all publicity is good except your own obituary. I thought that was a good one. All right. And they were playing live. That was there was a little cheat ski, but pretty good. Still just within the parameters of Social Distance Live rules, and we applaud you at social distancing, JB and Tony. So it's one take.
Yeah, like less elite on the live, more elite on the social distancing. Yeah.
Yes, totally. There you go. You'll send your report card. We'll email your report card very soon. Hey, Billy, you're there. Steve is here. Nice. Oh, that's awesome. Okay, cool. All right. So the next one, let's go to. This is one of my. I kind of have a tie for favorite Pogues albums, but Rum, Sodomy, and the Lash is incredible. It is 1985, and it's produced by Elvis Costello, which is pretty cool. They had a close relationship, and it's just such a beautiful album from start to end. Yeah, so this one is we have a song here. So there's a number of tunes, and I think we have, yeah, we've got three. We've got three in this show that really speak to this kind of dichotomy between Ireland and London. You know, the idea of going to London to work or going to London to live the big life or something like that. There's a big tension because, of course, England, the colonial, power, and going into that, and what it's like to be a person of Irish descent going into the that big city, London, and the heartache and the and such that can come from that. They go to, in their songs, they go to London a lot. They go to New York City quite a bit as well. We'll get into that later. This one is going to London. It's the story of a boy going to London and just getting wrapped up in some heavy stuff, drugs, sex work, and the police, just the police violence, back in, I don't know when this was supposed to have been written. They do a lot of like kind of historical songs and whatnot, but it's called Old Main Drag, and this is being done by my friends. They are good buddies of mine. The band's 5 Cent Coffee, and I've been happy to play some shows with them and whatnot. I'm really happy they put this together. Here we go. Off of Rum, Sodomy, and the Lash, we have 5 Cent Coffee. We have 5 Cent Coffee performing Old Main Drag. Here we go.
Paraded in style, and the old men with the money would flash you a smile. In the dark of an alley at work, for a fiver, just a swift one off the wrist at the Old Main Drag.
Cheap pills. If you didn't have the money, you could cajole and you'd beg. There was always lots of treacle in the Old Main Drag.
One evening I was lying down in old Leicester Square, and I was picked up by the coppers and kicked in the balls. By the metal doors on Vine Street I was beaten and mauled, and they ruined my good looks for the Old Main Drag.
In the tube station, the old ones who were on the way out would dribble and vomit and grovel and shout. And the coppers would come along and push them about. And I wish I could escape from the Old Main Drag. And now I'm lying here and I've had too much booze.
I've been spat on and shat on and raped and abused.
I know that I am dying
some money to take me from the old main drag.
You're back.
Thank you so much, 5 Cent Coffee. It is good to see you performing in your lovely Ramshackle Magic underground studio. That was 5 Cent Coffee playing Old Main Drag off of the Pogues' 1985 album, Rum Sodomy and the Lash. That's from a Winston Churchill quote. Fun fact. All right, so those are two original tunes that the Pogues perform on two of their albums. But they're also really known for taking traditional Irish tunes and giving them that special Pogue spin. So James and I were just talking about how Shane MacGowan, the singer, kind of central thrust to a lot of the Pogues, was born in London, went over to Ireland, came back, and it was in London that I believe that was when he played punk music and that sort of stuff, and then it kind of the Pogues became this. I mean, they were doing something really innovative and interesting by taking this, what was becoming I don't know if you call it a tradition of punk or something like that, but just this thriving kind of punk scene out of London, and kind of reattaching it or attaching it to like these traditional tunes, and vibe and all that sort of stuff. They even, when they chose their name, the Pogues is it's from, correct me if I'm wrong, James, Pogue Mahone.
Yeah.
Pogue Mahone, yeah, which means kiss my ass in Gaelic. And I heard that they got it from a line in Ulysses. James,
I think that's right, but you're the one that's read the whole book, so.
Have you read that yet, James? James, we were gonna. I read it, and I read the one you told me to read.
Yeah, no.
No, you still gotta work on it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, maybe later. Okay.
Later.
Anyway,
Today.
sorry, folks. That was just an inside joke. But the bottom line is that they were kind of reattaching, and so it's really beautiful to see this, and then you see this happen with a bunch of groups. I think there's a whole world of Americana groups that come from from punk or whatever, punk artists picking up acoustic instruments, and I think this is where the origin of a lot of that is. So anyway, without further ado, on Red Roses, for me, their first album, they do a traditional song. Shane MacGowan said that he remembered his mother singing it to him, and it's called Kitty. It's called Kitty, and we have a very special guest here performing this one. I'm so happy that BC Fitzpatrick has sent us a video for this one, and I'll just let it speak for itself. This is a traditional tune. It's called Kitty, and this is Brian. This is BC Fitzpatrick. Brian, thank you so much for sending that in. All right.
Oh, Kitty, my darling, remember, doom will be mine if I stay. Tis far better to part, though it's hard to, than rot in the prison away. Tis far better to part, though it's hard to, then rot in a prison away. So softly he then kissed her pale lips. 'Twas the same story over and over. Hush, my darling, the police are watching, and you know that I must go ashore. Hush, my darling, the police are watching, and you know that I must go ashore. In a day I'll be over the mountain. There'll be time enough left for the crying. So good night and God guard you forever. Write to me once you get by. And good night and God guard you forever. And write to me once you get by. Oh, Kitty, my darling, remember, the doom will be mine if I stay. 'Tis far better to part, though it's hard to. They're rotting their prisons away. 'Tis far better to part, though it's hard to. They're rotting their prisons away.
BC Fitzpatrick. Folks, you should look for more of his music online. Sometimes it's a little bit of a search, but you can find it. BC Fitzpatrick, or hit me up and I'll send you that way. Thank you so much for sharing that one with us. And that this will not be the last time that we have Brian on here, I'm sure. Okay, cool. Hey James, how are you?
I'm good. Hey.
You good? Okay.
Yeah.
Just checking in.
Um,
That one had a lot of feels, as the kids say these days. You know, had a lot of feels on that one. There's, it's the Pogues have just such this wide breadth of styles. From these just about being a wreck to these just emotional breakups or something like that. And then what I really have, I love is the historical quality and that sort of stuff, because I think we always tend to think of history as something, okay, that's in the books, that's a documentary thing, and the music is like this truthful me of the moment kind of thing or whatever. But then you listen to something like that or a lot of these other traditional songs, and you realize that these movements, in history are very immediate. That was heartbreak. That was between two people, and it's not clear exactly which struggle, with
Right.
the English that was.
Because they resemble
Where?
each other. It's like a cycle that keeps going. Yeah, I was saying to Josh during the song that it really reminds me of a book that I really love called The True History of the Kelly Gang by Peter Carey, which takes place in Australia, but it's about Irish Australians and their kind of struggle to maintain themselves. And I think that you see in that song, which is in the way it talks about the police, and again, it's this kind of domestic scene that implies and addresses like generations of pain and struggle with the authorities, and that's something that's a really strong part of this book, but it's a really strong part of just the Irish experience wherever they were, whether they were in England or in Ireland, and dealing with the people who were English or sort of, English collaborators, I guess that's probably the wrong way to say it, but people who were in charge of them in this generations of struggle that at times is open and at times is sort of accepted, but it's just, it's beautiful, and I think I don't know, it has I don't want to draw specific parallels, but it just has relationships to things that people go through now that we've been talking about and dealing with. So it's a beautiful song.
Totally. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Music. I think we're finding a lot out there. Music can help access these kind of complex things. Great. Well, speaking of which, let's talk about the next one. This is we have Thousands Are Sailing next, right?
That's right.
Yeah, cool. So great. So this one is an original tune. It's written by Phil Chevron. Chevron. I don't know. He's the bassist. Or no, he's not the bassist. He played guitar with the Pogues. He subbed in, and then he became their regular guitarist. And he wrote this song. It's called "Thousands Are Sailing," and it's a really beautiful song. This is off of "If I Should Fall from Grace with God," 1987. An incredible album from front to end, and it's about the migration of people of Irish descent to New York, and the people that get lost along the way, along the journey, and the folks that make it, and the situations that they find themselves in. This one, we're having Tony and JB from Gentlemen Soldiers returning to do this beautiful song, and you'll see a tin whistle at the beginning. The co-founder of the Pogues was actually their tin whistle player, from what I've gathered, Peter Stacy. So and Peter Stacy would then take a more prominent role after Shane MacGowan was booted out. So all right, so here we go. Sorry, Thousands Are Sailing with Gentlemen Soldiers.
The island, it is silent now, but the ghosts still haunt the waves, and a torch lights up a famished man whom fortune could not save. Did you work upon the railroads? Did you rid the streets of crime? Were your dollars from the White House? Were they from the Five and Dime? Did the old songs taunt or cheer you? And did they still make you cry? Did you count the months and years? Or did your teardrops quickly dry? Ah, no, said he, 'twas not to be on a coffin ship. I came here, and I never even got so far that they could change my name. Thousands are sailing
across the western ocean to a land of opportunity that some of them will never see. Fortune prevailing across the western ocean, their bellies full, their spirits free. They'll break the chains of poverty and they'll dance.
In Manhattan's desert twilight, in the death of afternoon, we stepped hand in hand on Broadway like the first men on the moon. And the blackbird broke the silence as he whistled, "It's so sweet." And in Brendan Bayon's footsteps, I danced up and down the street. Then we said goodnight to Broadway, giving it our best regards. Tit-tat to Mr. Cohen, dear old Times Square's favorite bard. Then we raised the glass to JFK and a dozen more besides. When I got back to my empty room, I suppose I must have cried. Thousands are sailing again across the ocean with a hand of opportunity. Draws tickets in a lottery. Postcards were mailing of sky blue skies and oceans from rooms that daylight never sees. And lights don't glow on Christmas trees, but we'll dance to the music and we'll dance. Sailing across the western ocean with a hand of opportunity. Draws tickets in a lottery. Wherever we go, we celebrate the land that makes us refugees from fear of Greece with empty plates, from guilt and weeping effigies. But we'll dance to the music and we'll dance.
You're on.
Thank you so much, JV and Tony, Gentlemen Soldiers, for doing that. And I don't know, when we get back together, let's do a live version of this with you all as like the house band. I'm thinking that'd be pretty cool. That's a reason to keep going, to keep those venues open, that sort of stuff. Hey, James, thanks a lot for sharing that insight and some of that history with the last one. I really appreciate that. It makes me think about something that's actually missing from our show. This particular show, they have a number of these songs that are, against, whether it's a traditional or not, against being recruited for wars. Waltzing Matilda is one that I would have done if I could, get my shit together more. And it's a tune. That one's about recruiting officers that would recruit people in Australia, and we're sending them off to fight in World War One. But there's a number of songs like that, and I don't know. You just got me thinking. So that was one of the historical tunes penned by themselves. Thousands Are Sailing. Next up, let's just go in a totally different direction, shall we? Um, Kirsty McCall sang on a track located on If I Should Fall from Grace with God. That's 87. Fairy Tale of New York, which is their Christmas song, and it's a very powerful song, and it's a duet between Shane MacGowan and Kirsty McCall, and she had, of course, her own career, and she brought the Pogues in as part of her as her band. So it was Kirsty McCall and the Pogues. And they did a special tune. There is an album. It came out in 1990. It's called Red Hot and Blue. Red Hot and Blue. And what it is it's a tribute album to Cole Porter. And it's a really good album. There's a fantastic track by Talking Heads, Sinead O'Connor. It has a really good deep cut. If you're looking for deep cuts of Tom Waits songs that you've never heard, get what does he do? I forget the exact name of the song, but it's on Red Hot and Blue, and it's a really good album. And if you're in Tom Waits, then I told you. This is a song, a Cole Porter song. It's called Miss Otis Regrets, and it's kind of it's a murder ballad. I'll just leave it at that. But it's penned by Cole Porter. It's been performed by Ella Fitzgerald. That's probably the one that I know the most. Bette Midler and such. But this is Kirsty McCauley and the Pogues' version, and we have Rory McNamara singing this one, and and with Henry Nagel, who'll come up again more. So let's watch it. I'm losing my words.
All right. Miss Otis regrets she's unable to lunch today, Madam. Miss Otis regrets she's unable to lunch today. She's sorry for the delay, but last night down on Lover's Lane she strayed, Madam. Miss Otis regrets she's unable to lunch today. When she awoke and she found that the dream of her love was gone, Madam, she ran to the man who had led her so far astray, and from under her velvet gown she pulled a gun and shot her lover down, Madam. Miss Otis regrets she's unable to lunch today. When the mob came and got her, they dragged her from the jail, Madam. They strung her up on that old willow across the trail. And the moment before she died, she lifted up a lovely head and cried, Madam, Miss Otis regrets she's unable to lunch today. Miss Otis regrets she's unable to lunch today. The ambulance was perfect.
Cool. Thank you, Rory. Thank you, Henry. That's Miss Otis Regrets, Cole Porter tune that the Pogues had a part in bringing to the 90s. All right. Great. So, all right. So you got that. Okay. So that takes us right to the end then of Shane MacGowan's kind of time with the Pogues for that period. He was kind of erratic, couldn't finish shows or show up to shows and such. He had struggles and such with substance, and one thing led to another, and they said that he couldn't be in the band anymore, and so Shane MacGowan was out of the band. He went on, and he had some of his own projects, and then later on they all got back together again. So happy. But a few albums were done without Shane, and so what we have is Waiting for Herb, which is 1993. He left in 1993, and then we have Pogue Mahone in 95, and this is a tune from that, and I'm really glad someone came in and grabbed one from this period. Sally Haggard. It's so good to see Sally again and to see her perform. This is super duper special. So this is Love You Till the End off of 1995's Pogue Mahone, being performed by Sally Haggard. Take it away, Sally.
I just want to see you when you're all alone. I just want to catch you if I can. I just want to be there when the morning light explodes. On your face it radiates, I can't escape, I love you till the end. I just want to tell you nothing you don't want to hear. All I want is for you to say, why don't you just take me where I've never been before? I know you want to hear me catch my breath. I love you till the end. I love you till the end. I just want to be there when we're caught in the rain. I just want to see you laugh, not cry. I just want to feel you when the night puts on its cloak. I'm lost for words, don't tell me, 'cause all I can say, I love you till the end. 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 I love you till the end.
All right. Good to see you again, Sally. Fantastic. And that was Love You Till the End. It's a beautiful song. That was actually written by their bassist, Daryl Hunt. And yeah, it was on Pogue Mahone, 1995. I'm seeing some good posts down there about seeing Shane MacGowan. Apparently seeing him play was thrilling. It was kind of, you didn't know where it was going to go. So that's cool. All right. So, okay. So we're going to take it back now to If I Should Fall from Grace with God, 1987. And James and I teamed up to bring this one to you. So
Yikes.
No more words. Yeah, let's just play it.
Right.
Hit it.
Okay.
All right.
Take 75.
Final 75.
Yeah.
Billion takes.
Not Guinness.
Cases of Guinness.
The case is missing Guinness. As I walked down by the riverside one evening in the spring, heard a long gone song from days gone by, blown in on the great north wind. Though there is no lonesome corncrakes cry of sorrow and delight, but you can hear the cars and the shouts from bars and the laughter and the fights. May the ghosts that howl round your house at night never keep you from your sleep. May you all sleep tight down in hell tonight, or wherever they may be. As I walked on with a heavy heart and a stone danced on the tide, and the song went on though the lights were gone, and the north wind gently sighed, and a different breeze come from the east to kiss the riverside. Well, I pray now, child, that you sleep tonight when you hear this lullaby. May the winds that blow from haunted graves never bring you misery. May the angels bright watch you tonight and keep you while you sleep.
All right. There you go. Thank you, everyone, for letting us play music at you. That was really fun to do, James.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Thanks everyone for bearing with us there, or bearing with me. Thank you, Josh. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Okay, so we got a few more coming up here. All right. So the next one is kind of interesting, kind of similar to the Cole Porter one, and being like kind of tangential or side road with the Pogues. So there's the movie Straight to Hell, 1987, title from a Clash song. Joe Strummer's in it and such, and the Pogues contributed a few songs to that soundtrack, and this is one of them. This is called "Rake at the Gates of Hell." Rake at the Gates of Hell. It's a great name of a song. Rake at the Gates of Hell. This is performed by Ben Morrison. So let's just put it on. This is Rake at the Gates of Hell, performed by Ben Morrison from 1987, recording by the Pogues.
What's up, everybody? My name is Ben, and this is a song called Rake at the Gates of Hell by the Pogues. I'll be with them asleep or dreaming. I'll be there when they wake up screaming. At the hour of death I'll nurse them to have a moment or more to curse them. Watch the maggots crawl out of them, hear the angels call above them. Watch them as the cold air sucks them down to hell. Good night, good luck. Then if any should escape above me, beg and cheat until they trust me. Drag them down to be damned with me, laugh at them as they forgive me. Mother's eyes are sparking diamonds, still the moon it shows no light. There's roses with it, may God deliver. They rake at the gates of hell tonight. Wish that they could walk forever on the earth alone, unfettered, until they pray for consummation, until they beg for sweet damnation. Then I'll come and bring them water, share their hopes and share their laughter, raise their hopes both sad and sunken, slash them up if they lie they're drunken, push them down into the foul mud until they choke up on their own blood, drag them before their last breath, take away the mercy of the dead. Mother's eyes are sparking diamonds, still the moon it shows no light. There's roses with it, may God deliver. They rake at the gates of hell tonight. Mother's eyes are sparking diamonds, still the moon it shows no light. There's roses with it, may God deliver. They'll rake at the gates of hell tonight. Mother's eyes are sparking diamonds, still the moon it shows no light. There's roses with it, may God deliver. They'll rake at the gates of hell tonight.
That's Ben Morrison. Ben, accomplished songwriter, solo performer, plays as a duo, Ben Morrison Band, the Brothers Comatose, and also one of the more accomplished and versatile whistlers in the regional scene. Ben, that song, you should make that part of your set. That's freaking killer. Everyone, Ben has a regular happy hour. I think it's every Friday at 4.
That's right. Yeah.
If I'm wrong,
that's right.
Ben, is that correct? Yeah. Every Friday at 4. That beautiful backdrop and the cactus and all that sort of stuff is set up from that. So please tune into him at some point. Check out his happy hour. It's really great. Okay. So we have we're gonna wrap it up in just a minute, but you gotta see these last two. I guess what I would say is that this will stay up, right, James? This video will stay up in case people want to share it, and you're going to timestamp so that in the comments it'll say the time for each song and who's doing it, and then you can.
That's right.
They can zoom right to it past our.
So
talks.
to clarify it for the undercover fans, of which I know there are many, I'm not going to do a restream this time. I'm just going to edit the beginning as much as I feel is necessary, and then stamp it so that you can watch it again and that people can know what they're looking at. And so it's great to reshare it, because I think it's great not to direct people in multiple directions, but have people come to Josh and his commentary, and then engage with it at any time they want to. So that's what we're going to do for this one, and possibly going forward. So
great. I'll have to be more careful about what I say.
Yes, it's on the historical record.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is now. Okay. All right. Okay. So here we go. All right. All right. Henry and Madeline brought us this beautiful rendition, this beautiful filming, this beautiful recording of Rainy Night in Soho. This is on Rum Sodomy and the Lash as well. And Madeline and Henry Nagel doing Rainy Night in Soho. This is just a beautiful song. I can't say much more than that. Take it away, folks.
All right. Ready?
Ready. I've been loving you a long time. Down all the years, down all the days. And I've cried for your troubles, smiled at your silly little ways. We watched our friends grow up together, and we saw them as they fell. Some of them fell into heaven, some of them fell into hell. I took shelter from the shower, and I stepped into your
Well, thanks to everybody for tuning in. We have one more song coming up, but I really appreciate it. It's really good for me to communicate with everybody and to see folks performing music and coming together like this. It's very nice for me. So thanks so much. I hope that you had chances to to feel something, to think. Hopefully the talking helped out a little bit. And yeah, like we said at the beginning, we took a week off, and it feels like every day is this new opportunity to listen and learn out there, and I'm really happy to have started to do these shows again, and to be keeping that in mind, that in mind. I hope you all go out and have a beautiful Sunday. I hope you have something to sing about, and you learn a little bit more about the people around you. The Pogues always have felt like something that could bring different elements from life all together into one beautiful batch of songs. And so thanks to those songs, we were able to come together a little bit today. Do you have any words, James?
No, I agree. It's just beautiful. As you say, it's a beautiful thing that's becoming a habit and a work that we're doing every week to gather people's work together. That's something that's always been a part of what I love doing. I'm gonna hop on here for a second. What I love doing, right, is like bringing people together and organizing and curating, and it's really awesome to every week find just really committed, beautiful and personal versions of songs that we know, or that in my case sometimes I don't know, and then I discover through the covers. It's a really awesome way to be tied in every week. So I'm looking forward to hopefully keeping going with this. We're not sure, right, exactly how it's going to go, but we're going to keep going in some form for sure. So
yeah, so be sure to follow Social Distance Live on Facebook, and you'll get alerted when new stuff happens. They won't always be cover shows. James is kind of doing whatever with that sort of thing.
And give me a 500. I'm fixated on the number. I'd love to be at 500. I would feel he's close so fulfilled.
Yeah, so go ahead and like them on Facebook, like Social Distance Live. All right, bringing us home. I'll stick around. Bringing us home one more. This is Lucky Old Bones doing Boys from the County Hell. This is off of that first album, Red Roses for Me. And let this just be a kick in your ass to get out there. It's been a crazy few weeks. It's been a beautiful few weeks, at least in terms of me being able to look and see my community coming together and fighting for justice, and it just feels alive after being so cooped up for so long, and getting out there and seeing one another and stuff. I think it's a great song to kind of end this with, and just it's just kind of like taking a little shot. Anything, James?
No.
Thank you so much, James.
Thank you
for making these things possible.
Bye, everyone.
All right, here we go. Lucky Old Bones, Boys from the County Hell. See you later.
On the first day of March, it was raining. It was raining worse than anything that I had ever seen. I drank 10 pints of beer, and I cursed other people there. And I wished that all this rain would stop falling down on me. And it's lend me 10 pounds, I'll buy you a drink. And mother wake me early in the morning. At the time I was working for the landlord. He was the meanest bastard that you had ever seen. To lose a single penny would grieve him awful sore. And he was a miserable in a bitch's bastard whore. And it's lend me 10 pounds and I'll buy you a drink. And mother wake me early in the morning. As I recall, we took care of him one Sunday. We took him out the back, we broke his fucking balls. Maybe I was dreaming, or maybe that was real. But all I know, I left the place with a penny or fuck all. And it's lend me £10, I'll buy you a drink, and mother wake me early in the morning. Lend me £10, I'll buy you a drink, and mother wake me early in the morning. And now I have the most charming of verandas. I sit and watch the junk